Thanks for checking us out on YouTube. We are www.game-sales.net, and you can also check us out on eBay. We are username ITS Games. We're looking today at our home use cabinet. This cabinet is specifically designed and built to house 2 game kits. You can order it either way. You can order it with a single kit, or you can order it with 2 kits installed in it. Gives you the ability to have 2 different games in one cabinet. And we're going to take a look at our control deck. This is the factory Mylar graphic that comes with a factory dedicated cabinet. There is no difference in it whatsoever. We use the full distance from the trackball to the edge of the cabinet with this graphic to make it as far away from the edge as possible. And you also notice on this control deck at the top left and right there is an extra set of buttons. Those are the buttons which actually transfer the control deck from one game to the other. So let's say you're playing Golden Tee Live and you're on hole 9 and you decide you want to play Silver Strike Live. You can simply hit the control deck and flip it from game to game, and you will resume that game when you go back to Golden Tee Live where you left it. So let's say you were on hole 9 and you were on your second shot. That's where you would be when you flip it back to Golden Tee Live. And you simply do that just by hitting that button back to go back to the game you want to select. You'll also notice that this game has 2 card readers on the front of it, as well as a blank coin door. The reason we put the card readers on, you cannot use the card readers in a home environment. The games have to be online live to use the card readers. But the reason we put them in there is so if a homeowner buys this cabinet and decides to sell it, they can have the ability to sell this to an operator that can easily change the coin door to a dollar bill acceptor or a coin mech, which will give you a better resale if you do decide to sell it later on down the line. Again, we don't use any kind of regenerated graphics. We use the factory graphics that are supplied with the kits by the manufacturer. We don't reproduce any kind of graphic. This cabinet is covered in 3mm vinyl. Some of our competition uses a painted MDF or a painted particle board. We do not use that. We use 3mm vinyl because it is more durable. You won't have as much problems with chipping and scratching that you would have with a painted product, and that's simply why we use it. Again, we use all the factory graphics. We don't put any recreated or regenerated graphics. We use what come with the kit, which essentially make it identical to a factory dedicated. We're going to take a look around here. You're going to see that there is a set of speakers on the back which actually face the player. The aftermarket kits as well as the factory dedicated, the speakers are on the front at the player's knees. We put these in the back of the cabinet which face the player during gameplay, which gives it a little better vibe. It makes instead of filling up the room at ground level, it fills up the room at the player. You'll notice that there are 2 game kits installed in here, and there is a mess of wires in there when you have 2 kits, but we try and keep it as neat as possible. These speakers can be disabled if you have a good quality television that has good quality sound. You can turn these off and not use them, but again, for resale value, and also, you know, some TVs don't have good sound quality, so we do install those for the buyer. Again, all factory graphics, 3mm vinyl, and we have it set up specifically for the home buyer to have a good resale value if they decide to sell it down the line. Let's take a look under here. That is a HAP trackball, which is the staple of trackball games. That's all we use in our kits. And again, there's a mess of wires here. We do try and keep it as clean as possible. You see our cabinet IDs there. We ID all our cabinets. You'll see that there's a I/O board for one game, and then we have a switcher board to switch from game to game, and our second I/O board. Now, again, there's a mess of wires under here, and that's because there's 2 game kits in here. This game cabinet, again, can be ordered in a single kit or in a dual kit, where you can have 2 games in it. Any 2 game kits that you prefer or that you like. If you're interested in one of these games, you can reach us on our website at www.game-sales.net, or you can reach us through eBay. Our username again is ITS Games. Thanks for taking a look.